Say what you will about Transformers Cyberverse, it definitely has its fair share of weaknesses. The first season was not great, following the highly stale formula of Bumblebee, Windblade, and Prime yet again. What a shock. The Wave 1 toy line sucked, and had annoying intrusive spring-loaded crap that they passed off as gimmicks. These hindered the real potentials of the figure and made anything that follows the character models that were used in the show completely obsolete. But in my stupid cynicism of skipping out on this line, I missed a shit heap of awesome ideas that may have been executed poorly, but really caught my attention over time. Transformers Cyberverse developed some of the ballsiest character variety since Transformers Animated. I wanted to puke saying that. Characters like Lockdown World Repugnus, Chromia, Skybite, Hammerbite, Glover, all of the Rainmakers, rack and ruin. They have a rack and ruin in a Transformers show, for real, and this isn't a fever dream. So that's the figure I'm reviewing today. Cyberverse Ultra Class Rack and Ruin. Add that to the list of shit I never thought I'd say in 2020. Rack and Ruin comes in kid-friendly, eye-appealing packaging with simplistic but great artwork on the sides along with the standard product shots. Now that we've seen the box, let's get him out of it and onto the review table to see how he really is. Rack and Ruin comes with an Energon armor gimmick that springs out of the back and onto his chest. I guess it's a fun gimmick for the little kids buying these figures, but I personally never use it. It doesn't intrude on a transformation or articulation, so I'm fine with the spring-loaded gimmick here and there. Other than that, I'm loving his odd proportions. He certainly is a wide boy with two heads that complement each other and separate the bot he's comprised of. On top of that, he looks extremely toon accurate without featuring an idiotic 200-step transformation that makes you want to gouge your eyes out and a $500+ price tag. The sculpting is basic and so is the paint, but I'm not going to be critical on this part of the figure due to the fact that it's more kid-friendly and I know the target demographic it's going for. In fact, I actually love the head sculpt on this thing. When was the last time you saw a head sculpt that was anything but stern or angry or serious? It's been a while. And that's why I love figures like RTS Wreck-Gar, because they have a smirk on their face that adds a little bit of character to who they are. Rack and Ruin has a very cartoony looking gun that I love to pieces. This thing looks like a null ray or death ray that you typically see in any 1980s Transformers cartoon, and it appeals to me heavily. It really does have the 7-year-old part of myself jumping up and down saying, "Look at that gun!" The icing on the cake is that it's compatible with the Siege Blast Effect figures, which is a solid yep to me. I love the fact that this gimmick is compatible between different lines of Transformers. I really think that this is a universal best idea that Hasbro's ever come out with. In terms of articulation, Rack and Ruin features a ball-jointed shoulder for all kinds of movement, bicep bend and rotation, ball-jointed hips, thigh rotation, and knee bend. His articulation is basic but confident for the demographic it's trying to appeal to. You can get him into some pretty cool cartoony looking poses despite the looseness of the hips. The plastic weight is really well distributed across the figure given its plastic mass and helps to balance with ease. But seriously, Hasbro, what the hell? I would rather have this figure be legend scale for the same price than have it be a literal bowl of hollow crap. Or better yet, if you're gonna make the figure hollow, at least make an attempt to hide it. Anyways, we pretty much covered the main flaw behind this figure aside from the dreadfully loose ball joints, so how's this transformation? Pretty damn simple, really. Fold the arms back, spread the thighs, rotate what I like to call a fork hinge on his hips, then rotate the thighs around and fold the back of the car into place. Fold the front of the car into place and make sure everything's clipped together, and there you have Rack and Ruin in his vehicle mode. Rack and Ruin transforms into a very simplistic Cybertronian armored car with guns on the sides of it. You really wouldn't expect Rack and Ruin to transform into anything cohesive, but I'm kind of enjoying the vehicle mode. It has a snowplow or Decepticon scrapper if you're creative about it, along with two guns mounted on the sides. I wish the gun on the back could have become a third gun on the top, but it doesn't clip on unfortunately. There are some areas that look empty like the middle of the vehicle's cockpit in the back, but I really wasn't expecting much of a character with this design. It might be basic and really simplistic, but I don't understand why that's a bad thing all the time. A lot of people think this is going to be too much for little kids and get deterred away from buying it as a result, but I want to release a shocking concept to you. Could it be possible that Transformers is a multifaceted media that both adults and kids can enjoy? Could it be possible that people are hard on Cyberverse because they think that complaining about how trash it is makes them cool? Could it be possible that someone who's 20 years old could also enjoy a show meant for 7-year-olds? Yeah, because it's Transformers and I'm not a cynical asshole. So anyways, rant aside, let's get on to the final transformation and finish up this review. Bring out the arms, split the thighs out, fold the head back, and rotate up the fork hinge. Rotate the thighs and bring them down, bring the arms forwards on their double hinge system, and there you have Rack and Ruin back in his robot mode. This figure might be a bit of a basic trip, but I enjoy him for what he is. A clunky, easy transformer that's essentially an upscale Legends class figure that adults and kids will enjoy to a varying degree. He isn't perfect, no, in fact his hollowness and ball joints can be pretty friggin' annoying at times, but he's a fun figure on the retail market who I think is worth about 20 bucks. It's a good welcome mat into the Transformers fandom for kids who are just learning about it for the first time, and I'm not one to complain about something meant for kids. If you can find it for 20 bucks, I say go for it. The most I spend is 30 given that he's about Voyager size. So this has been the Stop Motion Reviewer on my review on Cyberverse Ultra Class Rack and Ruin. I swear to God, I promise my next review will be on RTS Lugnut, it's just gonna take me a little bit longer. On another note, I wanted to thank you all for 400 subscribers on the channel. At this time last year, my channel only had about 35 subscribers, and I'm really happy about the progress I'm making currently. I'm hoping to improve on quality control and change my review format up a little bit to make more sense. So this has been my review on Cyberverse Rack and Ruin. Transform and roll out, you magnificent bastards.